What we do here is go back.
Hi guys, welcome to another Fraser's GAMSAT sketch video. Today we're going to be talking about the MCQ theory, and that is specifically the psychology of writing MCQ questions, both in general tests, but specifically for the GAMSAT. So my name's Tom, and I'm one of the lead mentors here at Fraser's, and this is one of the unique things about the way we teach, is that we focus on the way you think and the way you should approach questions on top of the rote knowledge that we cover. So if you'd like to see more of us, look at the top right corner of the video now or after I'm done, and you can click through to see some of our courses and other material. Alright, so now onto the tutorial. So today I'm really going to focus on how to crack the aptitude component of the GAMSAT. I got 100 in section 3 on my second sit and 84 on my first sit, and both times I actually didn't increase my rote knowledge between the first and second sit. I focused more on my logical reasoning processes, and I think this is what helped me the most. I think something to focus on though is that this is really only going to improve your odds on every question. It's not actually a substitute for the knowledge. And I find that understanding the basics of science, chemistry, physics, biology, it's really like learning the language in which to reason. So you can't solve a problem in French without knowing French. But once you know the language, then you can use the reasoning processes to solve the problems. Okay, how GAMSAT questions are written. So there's 3 key elements. Each question has an info set. Okay, the info will also include a picture often, and often some text as well. Now that's something we'll cover in another video, how to manipulate that. There's also the way they write the question and the wording. And then the last one is the answers. Now this is what we'll focus on today, the answers, and there are aspects in the way that the people write this that allow you to be able to manipulate it to your advantage. And this will create a pool of answers of usually 4 down to probably 2 or 3 before you go to try and find your answer in the passage. And it just assists in improving your odds throughout. And I just want to show you this picture that I found today. I really like it. I think it's really cool. It was Einstein. He said that education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So hopefully I can help achieve this for you today. Alright, so the way I see it, there are 4 strategies to use in the answers. I've actually written down 5, but a lot of them overlap. It's not really important the number, it's important the way you think about it. So first off, let's start with how they write. So they start off usually would be the answer first. And I'm talking about this not because I've been in the room at ASA, but I've written whole exams worth of questions in our course materials, and I can understand the reasoning that goes into it. So most often the answer comes first, all right? Now there's a particular psychology in that, given that the other answers that are meant to be distractors or the wrong answers will be based on this first answer. And that has implications for which answers you should be thinking about in your options. So my 2 answer theory is that the 2 answers that are closest in their meaning and their wording are often the right ones. So that means that the person has written the answer first, he's filled in 2 distractors, completely incorrect, different wording, and then the next one he's made 95% right. You know, it might be Jane is in debt to the order of 15%. Jane is indebted by 15%. Something like that, a very little subtlety there. And I'm not saying that this will give you the answer, but you need to appreciate that if there is those 2 answers there and they're very close in meaning, it is a high likelihood that one of those 2 answers is the correct answer. And you should consider this before you go back to the question to find your answer. That way you're considering the intricacy in the question, not just which answer fits best. Then, once you've done that, consider the context. Is this answer relevant? Sometimes they'll include correct solutions in the answers, but the answer won't be relevant to the info that's given. Okay, make sure the answer has the correct context. My next theory is key information streams. This is sort of another different style of question. So sometimes they will have 2 or 3 key bits of information throughout all the answers. And the way you can choose which ones are the right answer is by choosing the answer that has the key information from like all the different bits of key information that are jumbled around in the other answers. We'll go through this in the question examples. It's kind of hard to explain. Sorry, examples. All right. And again, this is increasing your odds. It's not replacing any knowledge that you have. So I've got a set of MCQs. I'll put an attached list with the document below, but you should be able to get 100% without any knowledge of the actual answer themselves. And ironically, these are actually taken from, I wrote them myself. They're also taken from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I'm also showing you a way to win millions of dollars. It really is just thinking about the way this person wrote the question, outsmarting them before you even look at the answer itself.